Welcoming in guest Brian Rentsch, Superintendent of Claymont City Schools. Mr. Rentsch, good morning. Good to see you. It looks like you're pretty much ready.
We're pretty much ready, but thanks for inviting me in, Brad.
No problem. It's good for us to have you in here. So, by the way, I like the Claymont pin.
Thank you.
Good on your lapel.
Thank you.
A lot of people, it's getting ready for the school year. They have questions, but with Claymont, the stadium project, and it's been ongoing, and we're closing in on football season. And so how's that going? Are we close? Is it going to open for football?
It will open for football.
Yeah.
It's been a long but fast 8-9 months of starting this project. When Gary Kimball and his crew came in and tore down the old bleachers, and that was around Thanksgiving time in November, December, to whenever they started putting in the building itself was around after the first of the year. But it's been a long but fun process. Yeah. So, but the turf arrived on Friday. It's still rolled up into like little bags, but they are to put that down starting today. Beaver Construction is working on cement around the concession stand at the main entrance. They were getting ready for a pour of cement for today, this morning. They're working on curbing and sidewalks around the tennis court area. I do believe the tennis courts are going to get their second coating of pavement, so they're coming along quickly. Our first game is scheduled for the 27th. A home game is scheduled for the 27th, and we will have an opening game on that night.
Very good. So. And as you mentioned to me, everything won't be completely finished with all the final T's crossed and I's dotted and all that, but it'll be more than good enough for to host a game.
It would be more than appropriate to host a game. Our bleachers will be set. The turf will be in. One thing we have to kind of work on is working with the turf and track company. They have to come back and place the latex rubber on for the all-weather track, and that'll come in between some away games for the varsity. So it has to set for a little bit of cure time. But their first priority was making sure that we had a home game. Our weight room won't be ready to go when we open it up the field house. Our team should have access the week of the 23rd, so they can have access that whole week prior to that game. But the weight room, we had 3 guys that really stepped up. Eric Henry, our football coach, Gary Watkins, our basketball coach, and Travis Poland, our wrestling coach, stepped up, and they have been spearheading some fundraising for new weights in the weight room. Well, they have that, and they will be arriving the week of the 23rd. The mats that go down on the cement need to sit and acclimate to the climate, so they'll sit in there for about a week, and then the week of the 30th, they will start putting down those mats and assembling the new weights that they were able to have enough donations and sale projects to get.
So we thank people for that.
Yes, we do. There's been a huge community support for the project because the track and the tennis courts and the field has all been by donations. There are a lot of things that are inside. The mats that go around the wrestling room walls has all been donated. The lockers were sold as for patrons. We have 70 home football lockers, and they were all purchased through patrons, so that's been a big savings for the district there. I give a shout out to Steve Mitchell, who runs USP Signs and Graphics, and he donated the paint and labor to paint the Claymont Home of the Mustangs signs, and also he donated the time and labor to sandblast our old lockers, and they're going to be reused in our home junior high and visitor locker room.
Very nice. That's again good savings. So is there a time when the public is getting together to kind of dedicate this, I guess?
Yeah. We will have a dedication on the night of the first home game, the 27th, and we'll start about 6:30, just a slight dedication. But for tours and things, we have an open house planned on September 19th from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 3 o'clock. That's a Sunday afternoon. Our Mustang Pride Booster Club will be sponsoring a chicken barbecue, and so it'll be in conjunction with the open house. But community is welcome to come in, grab a map of the facility, and hoping our coaches and some of our players will be there to kind of guide them around the building. It is 19,100 square feet building. So it might be easy to get lost.
We'll need a map. That's
yeah,
right.
You'll need a map.
Well, when does school start? Because I know that's coming up, and you're making final preparations for that.
Students report on the 19th of August. That would be the first day of school for students. Staff begins to report next Monday, the 16th.
Mm-hmm.
So we're excited about that. We have some open houses planned. And on the 17th of August, we have the primary building hosting open house from 5:30 to 6:30. The intermediate is opening their doors at 6 to 7, and the high school from 6:30 to 7:30. And then, because we have 5 buildings in the district, we went into the 18th of August. The elementary, which houses our grades 2 and 3, from 5:30 to 6:30, and our middle school is from 6 to 7. And then students will start on the 19th, and our middle school and high school tardy bells ring, and they take up class at 7:40 a.m. That has changed for our middle schoolers. Last year they started like at 7:50, so we middle school and high school start at the same time.
Yeah.
They do dismiss at 2:40. Our intermediate starts at 7:55 and dismisses at 2:55. The elementary at 8:05 and dismisses at 3:05. And our primary building will take class at 8:15 and they dismiss at 3:15.
We got a lot of excitement going on. You is coming back as the superintendent and seeing everything, the big picture. Are you excited to get this going again?
Every year, no matter how many years I've been in education, you always have some excitement and you always have some nervousness, no matter what. I don't know how, whenever I do retire at some point, how those first few days will be. But yeah, you're always, it seems like you try to think of everything, but there's always something, oh, I hope this goes well.
Right. Especially adjusting from the pandemic. Right now, everything's face-to-face, and we're kind of back to the way it used to be, right?
Yeah, we're back to 5 days of school next year, or this coming year. The pandemic kind of threw everybody in for a loop, but we are going to go into the school year with 5 days a week.
That's what everybody pretty much wants, I think.
Oh, I believe so.
Well, Mr. Rentsch, Brian Rentsch, Superintendent of Claymont Schools, we thank you for being here, sharing some of the enthusiastic plans that are going on in the stadium and more. And so go Mustangs.
Yeah, go Mustangs.
Okay, thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you again.
All right, thank you.
It's Brian Rentsch, the Superintendent of Claymont Schools, on our 8:30 High Beam this morning here on the BT Morning Show.